Suppose there was a magic pill that could cure you of procrastination forever, and that anyone, including you, could take it just once and completely eliminate procrastination from your life. So you'd be free of the stress that's always in the back of your mind day or night. You'd easily and naturally remove all barriers that have kept you from achieving your goals, and you'd finally become the productive, self-directed person you've always wanted to be, without using willpower, without putting pressure on yourself, and without forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. If such a pill existed, would you take it? Of course, you know and I know there's no such thing as a magic pill for procrastination or for anything. But as you're about to see, there is a method which works just as well. It's not magic at all. It's simple psychology. But for me and the hundreds of people who've tried it, it feels like magic. Because literally overnight, it transforms you from a stressed out, always behind, unproductive procrastinator into a highly capable, effective, productive person that radiates success. I'm Zach, and if you're anything like me, at this point you're probably thinking, prove it. And that's good. If you weren't a little skeptical, I'd probably consider you a little naive. If just 1 year ago someone had told me they could take away all the problems procrastination was causing in my life, I would have had my doubts too. But I'm about to do exactly that. Prove to you how easy it can be to completely rid yourself of procrastination and become more productive than you ever thought possible. So you can finally put an end to all the needless stress, take control of the direction your life is heading, and spend more time enjoying your life guilt-free. I'm going to explain how this method works in just a second, but before we go any further, I need to warn you. If procrastination is holding you back from the success you've always hoped for but still haven't achieved, if you can't completely enjoy your free time because you always feel like you should be doing something else, if you're destroying any chance of achieving your goals by continually putting things off, do not put off watching this video. If there's one thing this year you don't procrastinate, make it watching this video all the way through to the end. Because in it lies the one key to forever ridding yourself of the self-sabotaging procrastination habit which has held you back for so long. You're going to learn the 4 root causes of procrastination. No, laziness isn't one of them. And how to instantly eliminate each one of them without stress or strain, and without becoming a workaholic who doesn't have any time to enjoy life. We both know that leaving this page thinking you'll come back later is a waste. Most people never revisit 97% of the pages they plan to come back to. And even if you do return later, I can't guarantee this video will be up for much longer, for reasons that will become obvious in a minute. There's nothing more important you could be doing right now than watching this video. So watch it now while you have the chance. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get on with it. First of all, you might be wondering, what do I mean by a cure for procrastination? I choose to use the word cure for 2 reasons. The first is, when I first discovered the method I'm about to share with you, cure was the only word that seemed to fit, because I felt like a man who'd been suddenly cured of an illness that had held me back my entire life, and was finally free to do the things I'd only imagined before. A cure means that it's gone. It means that your desire to procrastinate has completely dropped away. Until your desire to procrastinate disappears, the best you can hope for is procrastination management, which is about finding ways to pressure yourself into getting things done. But when your desire to procrastinate is gone, you know you'll never again have to experience the needless guilt, frustration, and stress procrastination brings into your life. And you can continue to be the type of productive, effective person that makes things happen, as long as you like. How can I be so sure? Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a trained psychologist. I don't have a degree in organizational management, or any degree for that matter. And I'm definitely not one of those naturally organized time management gurus. Far from it. Like most creative people, organization is still not my strong suit. I'm just a regular guy who used to be the worst procrastinator you're ever likely to meet, and who was lucky enough to stumble on a method that completely freed me of the procrastination habit that had plagued me my entire life, and has since used this method to help hundreds of people do the same thing. I need to let you in on a little secret.
Procrastination isn't about discipline, willpower, or laziness. You have reasons for procrastinating that you're probably not even aware of. And because these causes are under your control, you can easily stop procrastinating whenever you want. You just need to know what these causes are and the easy method for removing them. Which leads me to the second reason I use the word cure,
which is that procrastination is just like an illness. It's a disease of the mind that keeps you from doing those things you know will make you happy. How many of your dreams have gone unrealized because you didn't take action on an opportunity? How many projects are sitting there half finished because you weren't able to follow through? How much wear and tear have you put on your body due to the needless stress procrastination has caused you? Just imagine what would be possible if, starting today, you actually did follow through on your big ideas. What would you do with your life if you no longer resisted getting started and found it easy to follow through? What business would you start? What book would you write? How would you make your mark on the world? By the time you've finished watching this video, that will be the only question you need to answer. Because it'll no longer be a question of if you can do it, just a question of what it is that you want to do. Because right now, the biggest thing holding you back from the success you want, from making an impact on the world, from being a thought leader, from starting a business or taking your business to the next level, is the failure to take action and follow through. Because as any successful person will tell you, it's not about talent, it's not about intelligence, it's not about who you know. Success is about what you do, not what you're born with. Sure, some things come a little easier to some people than others, but as Will Smith said, greatness exists in all of us. That includes you. The reason why most people never achieve greatness is that they don't, or rather they can't, get themselves to take action and follow through. And I'm about to show you exactly how to remove the barriers that stop you from taking that action, to bring you unfathomable success, true freedom, and deep satisfaction in your life if you want it. I'm going to tell you exactly what these barriers are in a few minutes. There are just 4 of them. But first I need to make something very clear. Because since I'm quoting Will Smith, I don't want you to get the wrong idea of what this video is about. It's not about pumping you up and inspiring you. Getting fired up by words of inspiration might give you a temporary boost, but sooner or later, usually sooner, the emotional lift you get from somebody else's words wears off. Pretty soon, those words fail to push your motivation buttons at all, and you relapse back to your old ways, leaving you even more discouraged than before. This is what motivation gurus count on, so you have to keep coming back to them for your hit of inspiration. It's good for their bank accounts, just not so good for you. This video is also not about scaring you into action by detailing all the reasons you shouldn't procrastinate. I'm not going to give you a lecture on all the ways procrastination is hurting you. If that's all there was to ridding you of procrastination, you'd already be free and you wouldn't need my help. You already know that procrastination keeps you from fully enjoying your free time, causes you waves of stress which negatively affect your health, frustrates you that your status and station in life don't match what you're capable of, and ultimately keeps you from getting what you want in life. You already know all those things, but still you procrastinate. Why? It's not because you're stupid or lazy or a glutton for punishment, although if you're anything like me, you've been called all those things. It's because knowing what you should do is a logical reason for not procrastinating. And procrastination isn't logical. It's emotional. Why else would you act against your own best interest? Logical reasons why you shouldn't procrastinate are useless. Unless you remove the emotional causes of procrastination, you'll never be free of it. And you'll continue year after year to constantly fight with yourself over those things you want to do and those things you feel you should do. Being free of this internal conflict is one of the greatest benefits of leaving procrastination behind. It frees up reserves of energy you never knew you had, since you're no longer relying on willpower to push you through, which is exhausting. It's like this. Imagine you were out for a walk and you suddenly felt the pain of sharp pebbles in your shoes. Would you force yourself to keep walking and muscle through the pain? Of course not. No matter how much you grit your teeth and tried to muscle through, you'd never be able to enjoy walking because of the discomfort it caused you. In fact, if you forced yourself to walk around like this every day, you'd come to associate walking with pain. If you had any common sense, you'd simply remove the pebbles and enjoy a comfortable stroll. You'd have no need to force yourself because what was causing your resistance would be gone. Only a crazy person would grit his teeth and try to push through the pain. But this is exactly what advocates of the willpower method are suggesting you do. They're telling you to force yourself through your resistance rather than removing the causes of that resistance. If you simply remove the causes, there's nothing left to resist, and getting things done becomes easy and natural. This is how my method works. It removes the causes of your resistance to getting things done. It takes away the emotional reasons you hesitate to get started and avoid following through. So your desire to procrastinate simply falls away like a snake's old dead skin.